as viewers, I think that a lot of times we forget what it takes to bring the vision to life for a production like this. As a
Right.
director, you work with the cast and crew to bring it all together. Any challenges while working on this film as it relates to the genre? Because it really packs a punch. And I imagine there's a lot of moving parts to it.
Right. You know, when we talk about effects, it's always, or special effects or practical events, it's always about safety. And so that takes time. Um, but Scott and Stallone are really well versed in this genre, so they know what they're doing. And good sport, good stunt coordinator, great DP. Will is great. Becomes a family really quick, and everybody wants to do a great job. And you hold that standard up, and that's what you see.
And I'm
Everybody,
glad
everybody knows what they're making. They're
And I'm
not.
glad that you mentioned safety because it is more important than ever, as
Yeah,
we know, because of all the
yeah.
things
The
that have
thing
gone
is,
on.
we dream up a scenario and then we hand that over and see if we can do it. And most of the time, it's safety's first.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you for sharing that. So, with intense action thrillers like Alarum, Force of Nature, we get the big guns, the grenades, the drones, which was really cool, the
Oh God, yeah,
explosions, and it's very physical, very aggressive scenes. Then, in contrast, I had to bring this up. I'm curious. You have a film like Twin Falls, Idaho,
yeah,
which offers it's a complete contrast. It's
yeah.
more gentle, it's more hopeful, it's just a different energy, different project. How do
Yeah.
you shift your mindset to do these different, because there's so different types of genres? Do you enjoy one more than the other?
I great question. I'm lucky enough that I can jump genres.
Wow.
I started out very independent, very dramatic. Some of them esoteric. I guess they would be considered art films. But I'm also a huge fan of action films, comedies, special effects, sci-fi. And so when I'm allowed to do them, or when somebody gives me the opportunity, I remember what it was like to go to see these movies in the 80s and 90s. And it's not so much jumping genres, it's how much appreciation can I bring to how much fun we can have?
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you for sharing your gift. You obviously like a challenge.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, it's
congratulations congratulations on that.
thank
Now, Alarum is powerful, dynamic. It has an incredible cast. Sylvester Stallone, Scott Eastwood, Mike Colter, and Willa Fitzgerald, who holds her own power among this male cast.
yeah,
What
she
was it like directing this group of actors? Anything you thought about going into this project that maybe you wanted to focus on or had a particular concern as a director?
I- you know, my main thing was make sure there was chemistry. And if they had chemistry, then everything takes care of itself. Making sure that they feel like they're married, they understand marriage, they understand being spies. You throw Stallone in there, it's like bringing in an old god. He's very easy to work with. He knows everything. He knows enough. He appreciates he appreciates the film. He appreciates making movies. He appreciates the filmmaker, the director. I've known him for quite a while, and he, he brings decades and decades of knowledge, and it's fun to what. And Scott brings another side, and Willa brings something else, and Mike brings something else, and let's see if we can get this all together and gel.
Well, you absolutely did gel, and I love that you kept that balance because I love action movies, but I also love people movies. And
Yeah,
you didn't lose that, the human part. You
yeah.
sort of meshed it all together, which I thought was not every director can do that.
Yeah.
Um
That's
so
where the
no
Twin
one
Falls,
got
that's where the
lost.
Twin Falls, Idaho comes in. That's where Twin Falls, Idaho comes in. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
because
I see that.
it's the idea that even though they were Siamese twins, which is weird to talk about now because we're talking about action movies, but if you look at that movie, that's a marriage. That's two people that have to understand and work it out. So I can bring a marriage quality to things, and Willa Willa's one of those actors that you're just amazed when she shows up. She's really just special. She's a very special actor. acting's very difficult. I've done it quite a bit, and every time I do it, I just praise the people that do it for a profession. I really enjoy them because it's hard.
You
Thank
did
you.
such an incredible job melding all these characters together. I I never felt where anyone was off balance. There was just a beautiful sort of unison about the whole production. And I thought it was just everything, the timing of everything was, it was done so beautifully. And like I said, I love action films, so I think I see them a different way, but
Yeah,
I want to
right.
congratulate you on that because it was really well done. Now,
I
they
appreciate
say that
I
parents
appreciate I appreciate the appreciation
uh,
is what I'm gonna rudely interrupt you and say I
well,
appreciate that. It's very rare.
well, you're very welcome. I have to give you your flowers.
Oh,
Now I have
thank
to
you.
ask this question. They
Yeah,
say that
yes.
parents with more than one they
Go
say
ahead.
that parents with more than one child have a favorite. I'm not sure you're a parent or not, but you do
I
have
am.
many films. You are? Okay. So, I won't ask you about your favorite child, but I will ask you about your favorite film.
Okay.
Anyone that stands out, you're particularly fond of, and why?
There's a few. They fight. They're at the dinner table and they fight for being number one. I re I really appreciate Big Sur because that was hard to tackle a Jack Kerouac novel, and you had to stick to the word, and that was tough. I would say that's because it was by myself. However, a picture with Mark, when the Polish brothers picture, Twin Falls, being our first picture and strapping ourselves together and getting through that one. And we did a small movie called For Lovers Only, and we shot it in Paris. I would say right today that feels good. That one feels really good.
Wow.
For Lovers Only
I'll have
feels
to check
really
that out.
today. Yeah, it's black and white. It's an homage to French New Wave. We ran around Paris and south of France with the camera and no rules.
Well, how about, is there any genre that you have not done yet that you'd like to?
Science fiction. Science fiction would be great. That would be fun. I've probably done almost every one. I've done comedy, I've done drama. Maybe a sports one. Maybe sports. If sports is a genre, I haven't done sports. However, science fiction would probably be you would think you would believe I already have done it, but I haven't.
Okay, well, we'll have to look out
Yeah.
for that. One last question for you. As director, share with me 3 words to describe the movie from a director's perspective.
Hmm. 3 words. Um, Fun is one. I can do this. Fun, s- mysterious. Let's see. I mean, probably there you go. And action packed. There you go.
Oh, I love this.
Got it.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Thank you for sharing your perspective, your journey. We are very excited about this, and let's look out for that science fiction one.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. I appreciate your time and effort.